Aloha and welcome to Moonscope's Astrology. On today's show, you'll find out the astrological highlights occurring from the Gemini new moon on June 8th until the Cancer new moon on July 8th. I'm your host, KG Stiles. Moonscope's Astrology is sponsored by PurePlantEssentials.com, Organic Essential Oil, and HealthMasterySystems.com, holistic products and services for body, mind, and soul. A direct link to our website appears below. Thanks to all of you who come visit my website each month. Thanks also for liking, subscribing, and sharing my videos and making comments. I really appreciate your support. I have posted a donation link below for those of you who enjoy and benefit from my YouTubes and would like to show your appreciation. You can donate using your PayPal or credit card account. The Gemini new moon cycle begins June 8th. The new moon is at 18 degrees Gemini. The Gemini new moon offers you an especially potent opportunity for setting your intention to change any negative self-talk or mental habit patterns. As always, you begin a new creation cycle with the new moon energies when the natural cycle of the moon supports you to sow your seeds of intention for manifesting your true heart's desires in the area of your life where the new moon is located. As always, this particular Gemini new moon is especially powerful as it's the first new moon after our recent eclipse season. It is also the first Gemini new moon since the conclusion of the eclipse cycles that occurred over the past year in Gemini and the passing of the South Node out of the sign of Gemini into the sign of Taurus, meaning this area of your life is especially ripe for a new beginning. Additionally, Venus, the planet of love, is trine to Neptune, the transpersonal planet of love and the higher octave of Venus. So the magic of love is in the air for dreaming and creating something new for yourself. Also, Venus trine to Neptune is also trine to Saturn, the planet that gives structure and puts foundations under your dreams. This grand water trine between Saturn, Neptune, and Venus is like a mystical door opening for you, leading you to express and release your feelings, especially old, stagnant emotions, and experience a greater sense of intimacy. The Gemini new moon is also trine to Uranus, the awakener, bringing sudden surprise events. At the time of the Gemini new moon, Mercury opposes Pluto and squares Uranus, presenting opportunities for illumination about old thoughts and beliefs that may prevent your dreams from being realized. These old patterns are being excavated, broken up, and released. Mars is also square to Neptune at this time, which can create confusion. Any confusion naturally has the effect of disorienting you. Your feeling of disorientation helps you to let go of your control and allow something new to flow in for you. Neptune has just stationed retrograde the day before the Gemini new moon, so there can be big releases of old stagnant energy and emotion. There is a powerful release point activated when chaos and confusion may be prevalent, but the lineup of cosmic forces are powerfully supporting you to let go of the old and move forward. It's okay to just rest in not knowing for a time until things settle and clarity arises as your right course of action. Locate the house where the Gemini new moon is located in your astrology chart, then listen to my YouTube, The 12 Houses of the Zodiac, Their Meaning and Purpose, for insights about how to make the most of this particular new moon. A direct link appears below this YouTube. Where the Gemini new moon is located in your chart is where you will experience the most opportunity for new growth and change. This is the area of your life most favorable for planting new projects, ideas for growth, goals, and visions about your future. The best time for your new moon ritual and setting your intention is just at the new moon until the moon goes void of course on June 9th at 1:29 a.m. Pacific. A link to my Gemini new moon ritual blog post appears below. On June 11th, Venus opposes Pluto, the same day that Saturn exactly conjuncts Neptune, and the very next day squares the planet Uranus. You can feel a strong push-pull to cave into negative emotions during this window of time. You have an opportunity for a breakdown and breakthrough to a higher octave of experiencing your emotional life. Releasing old pent-up emotions is likely. Take time to nurture and nourish yourself with positive expectations about your future. On June 16, we have the first quarter moon at 25 degrees Virgo, when you face and release obstacles to realizing your desires for yourself. On June 17th, Mars sextiles Uranus. You could experience sudden innovative ideas and a strong desire to take action. On June 18th, Chiron stations retrograde at 13 degrees Pisces. Chiron will be retrograde until the end of November. You will review and consolidate what you've discovered about the ways you are emotionally wounded in this area of your life. Your emotional and intuitive life will have a rest from any new impressions from your external world. This is a time when healing deep psychic wounds and scars can occur for you, especially if Chiron is in aspect to any of your personal planets. Chiron continues being sextile to Pluto during this time. Pluto has been assisting Chiron with the deep excavation of your wounds that's been taking place over the past several months. On June 19th, the Sun conjuncts Jupiter the day before the solstice. There is a wonderful aspect at the new solar year. This is a wonderful aspect at the new solar year and further indicates that a positive new creation cycle has begun. Also, the number of the day, 19, breaks down numerologically to the number 10. 1 plus 9 equals 10, which is the number of instant manifestation. So focus intently upon what you desire, not on what you don't want. On June 20th, we have the solstice, the solar new year, summer in the northern hemisphere and winter in the southern hemisphere. On June 20th, Mercury, the planet of communication and connection, conjuncts Venus, the planet representing what you love. This is a very positive sign for a new beginning in your love communications and your ability to connect easily with others. Having Mercury conjunct Venus at the beginning of the solar new year also symbolizes fertility and harmony between yourself and others in the coming year. On June 23rd, we have a full moon at 2 degrees Capricorn. The full moon is always a time of celebration, culmination, and harvest, as well as letting go of the old and worn out that no longer serves you. Capricorn relates to authority, ambition, and goals. Maybe you'll be realizing some of your desires, deciding to let go of others that no longer hold energy for you. The Capricorn moon is about self-empowerment and standing in your own authority for knowing what's right for you. The Capricorn full moon forms a kite pattern in the heavens, which signifies a liftoff and rising above your former circumstances. The kite helps you to realize your dreams. The Capricorn full moon kite is sextile to Saturn and Neptune, and the planets Saturn and Neptune are trine to one another. These astrological alignments show that you will receive the help you need to realize your dreams and give them a realistic structure for success. The pattern of astrological alignments between the Capricorn full moon, Saturn, and Neptune form a kite pattern with the Sun now at the beginning of the solar new year, which is still in a loose conjunction with the planet Jupiter, the planet of abundance, positive growth, and expansion. Support is being given for you to face any challenges represented by the Capricorn full moon's loose conjunction to Pluto square to Uranus, which may feel like a threat to your ability to choose your own perspectives and know what is right for you at this time. At the time of the Capricorn full moon, know that you are supported and trust that things are working out for you if you are facing any challenges. On June 25th, Jupiter ingresses into Cancer. Jupiter was in its detriment when in Gemini over the past year. In Cancer, however, Jupiter is exalted. Jupiter will be able to fully expand in the watery depths of Cancer, and you will feel its beneficent forces much more strongly operating in your life. On June 26, more good news, as today the Sun forms a grand trine with Saturn and Neptune. Your intuitions are growing and becoming stronger and more clear as more of your personal planets begin to light up Cancer and form trines to Saturn and Neptune. Also on June 26, Mercury stations retrograde. Earlier this month, on June 14th, Mercury entered its shadow phase. Think back to June 14th. What were you communicating and connecting with others about on that day? This will give you an indication about what this particular Mercury retrograde cycle will have you review or redo. Since Mercury is now in Cancer, the issues most prevalent will probably have something to do with home, family, security, and your growing psychic sensitivity. On June 27th, Venus moves into the sign of Leo. Venus is moving really fast now, and your emotional life and what attracts you are very fluid. Venus likes being in Leo, the sign of creativity, self-expression, romance, and investments. So these areas of interest will attract you most now. On June 29th, we have the waning quarter moon in Aries, square to Jupiter and the Sun and trine Venus. This is a release point, and something you may have been expecting to happen one way may take on a different twist. Relax and go with the flow. The flow always knows where it's going. On July 1st, the Sun will oppose Pluto and Venus will square Saturn. This could feel like resistance or tension related to expressing your light. You might experience some form of criticism or restriction around something you love. On July 3rd, the Sun squares Uranus, representing a conflict perhaps within yourself or with someone else. The purpose of this square aspect is to free you from restrictive emotions and birth creative solutions to any challenges you're facing. So from July 1st through the 4th, you can experience tension and conflict. The resolution is to expand your consciousness and be resourceful to find innovative and creative solutions. On July 4th, the Sun trines Chiron, the wounded healer, smoothing out any ruffled emotions from the preceding days and bringing warmth and solace to any hurts or emotional wounds. You'll feel comforted, seen, and understood today. On July 7th, Venus trines Uranus. So here you have the innovative breakthrough that may represent the solution to whatever challenges you may have experienced earlier this week. This Venus trine Uranus aspect will be active before today, as with all aspects between personal planets and outer planets. The day the aspect is exact is when the energies begin to culminate and can be integrated fully. Also on July 7th, I'm very happy to report that Saturn is stationing direct after several months. Saturn has been unearthing, doing the nitty-gritty work to overhaul and restructure this area of your life where it's located. Now you can move forward implementing all of your plans. The brakes are off finally, and you feel you can move forward and make the necessary changes to restructure this area of your life so that it functions better. Slowly you begin to see the fruits of your labors and experience success. On July 8th, we have the new moon at 6 degrees Cancer. We'll talk about the Cancer new moon cycle and what it holds for you next month. For insights into your own personal astrology and how you can make the most of the current astrological cycle, please contact me for a private session. A direct link appears below. Well, that's it. Thanks so much for joining me. Please visit my website, kgstiles.com, holistic products and services for body, mind, and soul, and pureplantessentials.com, organic essential oil and formulas. Enjoy the magic of the Gemini new moon. I'm your host, KG Stiles.